Hoorah, bitches! It's your host, Rose Smiley, who's joining me this week.
Hey, I'm Josh Cece, and you don't need to tell me Lady Luck is a fickle bitch.
I've won Sexy Man Awards before. I'm Brian Lesh.
Yes.
I'm going to make it awkward. I'm Alaric Weber.
He will. It's okay, though. This is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's a deep dive movie podcast where we pick a theme or series, we watch movies, gather some research into the production and source material, and tell you all about it. We are back on our
our bullshit.
Yep, our superhero movies, our original theme. So that's fun. We've just got a couple left before we're going to be switching on over to whatever Al thinks we should watch. That's coming up in a few weeks. Check that out. The show is brought to you by patrons. You can be a patron too, like Michael Beckwith or Atticus Burkett. You go to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment and just $1 a month to get you a bunch of bonus shows. We're going to be doing a Scanner Darkly this month. That's our monthly movie.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
That's coming up soon. Check it out, patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. This time, though, on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are watching Venom, The Last Dance.
This is your captain speaking. If you look out to your left, you'll see a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, you make her fly!
Oh, the Tom Cruise did it!
Crush! We're not going to like this.
No, I can absolutely guarantee you I'm not gonna.
My home has found us.
Who sent that thing?
My creator.
Of course.
The symbiotes didn't come here by accident. They were running.
From what? What's his name then? No.
No! We have something he needs. As long as Venom lives, everything will end.
What are we doing?
We need a disguise.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
Why do you keep knocking people out? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. We've come a long way, you and me. We are strong.
This world can't survive if you stay together.
But I need him. You're bad people.
Yeah, we are.
There comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
No, this is all the money that we have.
What is this feeling? It's like...
This feeling?
It's like all of my problems have gone away.
I think you broke my foot.
Eddie, I need more money.
Venom, The Last Dance.
If the people on the left look to their left, they can see the Grand Canyon. If the people on the right look to their left, they can see the people that can see the Grand Canyon.
Venom, The Last Dance. That trailer sold us the movie we got. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wool over our eyes.
Yeah. It was released October 25th, 2024. Running time of 109 minutes. It cost $120 million. It made $478 million. It was a hit. They done did it. the the only successful Sonyverse movies.
You know what? Venom works. Venom works without Spider-Man.
I like all the Venoms, yeah.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see Venom with fucking Spider-Man not preying on Peter Parker's downfall in a church. Dear God, please kill him. It's the last time we saw Venom with Spider-Man.
It's not going to happen, but in the original Thunderbolts, Venom was an original member.
Yeah.
And to see him pop up would just be like, but it won't happen.
Yeah.
Because he's not actually there yet.
Or Agent, what's it called? Agent Venom? God,
yeah.
So many things
Agent
they could
Venom.
do with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's too bad it's walled away in Sony's little garden.
It's kind of like
because
Punisher
they
movies.
create. I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, it's kind of like Punisher movies. They just work. They have enough fans.
Yeah, and they do their own thing enough that they don't need like it's weird. Like Iron Man needs to have some other people around him.
Right. Otherwise, he's a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. They've done a good job of creating that Thunderbolts version of Venom. Like, I'm a hero. I'm a good guy. I'm a hero. I just bite your head off because you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
But they created that version of him. Not the early bloodthirsty Todd McFarlane version.
Yeah. No, the Tom Hardy version of Venom is incredible.
Yeah, it's what he later became in the comics because Todd McFarlane's not that creative. No. Intellectually.
He's like
Spawn.
He's like, what'd be cool? Cool stuff.
What if a dead guy came back to life?
No
I
way.
think out of all the iterations of Venom that I can remember, I think this is my favorite, which is crazy to say because, they don't have Spider-Man in them, but like better than any comic I've read of Venom. Like
the characterization of the character itself is just top notch.
Yeah. So fucking cool too.
Take away the revenge aspect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good point.
Seriously.
Right. Like he took my job. We're both photographers. Yeah, you're right. You're right. When he was introduced, it
freelance photographers.
Oh, this motherfucker's going down.
Like I said, Venom Last Dance made a good chunk of change there. So let's go ahead and play the box office top 10 game. This is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of October 25th, 2024. And the guys will try to guess what movie I am describing. This is an interesting bunch. Okay. Not too many in here. We've already discussed. So at number 10 at the box office for October 25th, 2024, the untold origin story of two friends to enemies.
Transformers 1.
Yeah, that's the one that we had last time on with Joker. Spoilers, Joker is not in this top 10. It's already gone. It's already gone. It's only making $827,000 this week in its fourth week.
Wow.
It made enough to lease a house.
Yeah.
Gaga probably made more money off the album.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. That was one of my least favorite things we've watched recently.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. At number 9 at the box office this week, a fading celebrity takes a black market drug.
The Substance.
The Substance, yes. The Substance. Outgrossed Joker
Me.
Folie à Deux.
Rightfully
More away
so.
than one.
At number 8 this week,
And it was more of a commentary on society and the way we view each other than the Joker even got.
Oh my
close
God.
to being.
So much more. It had a far more nuanced and interesting villain than Joker.
Well, for sure. But
Did
the
they
idea,
point- Did they point at society and say, society, look at yourself, though?
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, the idea of like, is it really you under the mask, or is the real you the mask? Everybody's got to have a little look. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Joker is my point.
Yeah. Whereas Joker was saying, tee hee hee, I hate you.
He's singing show tunes and bullshit, man.
And bullshit. Just singing show tunes and bullshit.
I mean, yeah. Wasn't even a lot.
I know.
Wasn't even a lot of show tunes. It was a lot of like 70s soft pop.
Yeah. And just that, like the substance that's, does society accept you for the mask you wear? Or for what's under the mask? Turns out it's the mask.
Yep. Turns out. I saw a behind the scenes pic of Demi Moore in the makeup, and they one of the little blur bars that was over the crotch of her was a practical effect. It was hilarious. They
They're
just
all
taped it there.
Less is more. A brag. That's good.
But
less is more. Nobody.
Less is more. All right. At number 8 this week, a young escort from Brooklyn meets and impulsively marries the son of a Russian oligarch.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yes, the Russian oligarch is Shadow the Hedgehog, played by Keanu Reeves.
Isn't that what that's about?
This is a Best Picture nominee.
Oh, good Lord. Sounds like it.
A Russian oligarch.
Yep. This is that's what the movie's about. It's a Best Picture nominee. It's by Sean Baker.
Who's in it?
What is her name? Mikey Madsen.
Michael Madsen.
Michael Madsen.
Is this a Nora?
It is a Nora. What is her name? It's Mikey something.
Oh, is that the Spanish?
Mikey Madison, yeah. Mikey Madison and Michael Madsen should do a movie together.
Didn't Madsen die?
She's the biggest name in it. Everyone else is
he didn't.
No, he did not.
Is that the one with the trans actor?
No. That's
that everyone's up in arms about.
That's Amelia Perez, which that's a bad movie. I watched.
You watched
movie.
it?
Yes, it is. It is not a good movie. I did not.
I watched Ron Perlman defend it, and I was like, okay, I guess I might have to watch it. Said it was the best movie he saw this year.
No, it's a bad music.
If I saw him defend it, like beating people up,
it's a bad.
He was like talking shit to people in a live audience about it. It was great.
Well, it sucks because it's like I want to like the movie with a trans leading actress that is about the trans experience.
That's the problem.
Like I want to like that, but it's a bad musical. And the trans leading actress came out in support of Hitler, so which puts a whole nother level on it.
But that's the problem with liberals. I want to like that.
Yeah, this weird
just
transitive power. Yeah, like
it's like no, it's an art form, and then it's a business.
It's absolutely.
Is it a good movie? No,
it's not a good movie. And worse
I'm
than
going to
that,
defend it because there's a. Yeah.
Okay. It's worse than anything. It's just a bad musical. The songs are bad. They don't understand how musicals are supposed to work. None of the songs.
I've only seen the one scene that was viral of them discussing
penis
surgery,
to vagina.
and I was shocked that was actually. I thought it was like a Conan bit or something that somebody had made.
It's terrible. Penis to vagina, vagina to penis.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have my attention.
No, and the plot makes no sense whatsoever.
They're drugs, like a drug lord, right?
It's a Mexican cartel drug lord who is trans, and then there's a whole thing, and they make Selena Gomez move back to Mexico from Norway. It's a whole thing. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
And it sounds like celebrities defending it are doing it for the optics of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to support it just because that's where the Oscars are.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it's not a great movie. It's not a great movie. It should not be nominated for Best Picture. And Mexico is pissed off too because it's a French filmmaker, and they're like, "This is not what Mexico is like. This is not a representation of Mexico."
Yeah. Don't ask the French's take on anything.
No, but apparently a group of Mexican independent filmmakers made a musical about France in retaliation, which is incredible.
Well, and it says something about American audiences that but it's a French film. You know, like we are suckers for French film. Yeah.
I stopped myself before my rant, but yeah, the Academy will do anything to seem progressive above any kind of art form, and we know that because they don't even acknowledge comedy. Yeah. You know, didn't Mel get a Lifetime Achievement? I don't know that he ever won.
Yeah,
the producers is, I think, probably when he started winning shit, but the Academy will do anything to seem so hip and not woke, because that's a ridiculous marketing term, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Above art comes how it looks. Ooh, we want to get the first this or that up at the podium accepting.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I mean that's not even to mention like the sheer amount of category fraud. The lifetime Oscars that they're constantly giving out to people for roles that are mediocre when they should have won when they were 25. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, at number 7 at the box office this week, after a family tragedy, 3 generations of a family return home. Hijinks ensue.
ABBA 3?
That's that
it's the
Barry Levinson movie, right?
This is the sequel to a movie we covered, and this was one actually that was in the top 10 for
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I said the word.
Yeah, sorry,
it was in the top 10 for Beetle-oriented movies.
It really is.
Which there are a few. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, Hard Day's Night. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah. At number 6,
Meet the Focker.
Meet the Fockers, the remake. At number 6, this week at the box office. I don't know this one. After an unusual encounter, a talented chef and a recent divorcee fall in love and build the home and family they've always dreamed of, until a painful truth puts their love story to the test.
Is that the one, the Barry Levinson one? The one with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright.
No, Home.
The House or whatever.
No, yeah, that is not this one. I think that was a Christmas movie. The Gift. The Christmas. Not Barry Levinson. Zemeckis.
Oh, right. Robert Zemeckis. I often.
Yeah, they got similar vibes a lot of the time. But,
yeah, white guy.
Yeah, white boomer vibes.
One of Steven Spielberg's many indentured servants.
Yeah. One of Spielberg's many his goons.
He's like, I want to make Goonies, but I don't want to make it. Yeah. So you're going to make it.
Those are his goons. I'm imagining Steven Spielberg just sitting on some sort of like a villain throne and sending Zemeckis and Levinson, out. Go find them.
Find Back to the Future. Find that DeLorean.
Yes. And while you're at it, destroy George Lucas.
and then gump it up.
Please RSVP me for the bar mitzvah as well. I'll be there.
Yeah,
I attend every bar mitzvah
that I'm aware of, just in case.
in case there's someone that I have to cast.
So the bar mitzvah to Hollywood pipeline runs straight through Steven Spielberg. Sorry to our
That
listeners, this has
is
been a
not-
long-running joke.
It's a mitzvah.
Yeah, this is not anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
You know,
This actually, yeah.
Hollywood is just full of mitzvah babies.
What movie was it where there was a bar mitzvah that he met somebody at? Do we remember
Yeah,
what
that's what
movie
we're talking
Logan
about.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
They were two writers.
Yeah.
It
I
was.
think.
No, and there was an actor too. Wasn't it something with cowboys
actor?
and aliens or something? Maybe.
That sounds familiar.
It's happened more than once.
Yeah.
I thought it was much earlier.
There are multiple.
I think
There are
that's right. I
there
thought it
are
was
multiple Spielberg bar mitzvah stories.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were noted. That's why I want to say something like writers, because obviously we remember the story and not the two. You know, like if he found
Yeah.
Robert Zemeckis apartments. So I don't think it was anybody really, but just they were able to be successful for however long they spoke to Steven Spielberg at a bar.
Let's not forget Robert Zemeckis, and who's the other? Bob Gale wrote 1941, which Spielberg directed.
Yep.
Starring Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. Anyways,
And Toshiro Mifune.
and Toshiro Mifune and Christopher Dooku Saruman.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Or Lee.
I kept wanting to say
Lee,
Lloyd. Yeah. And Christopher Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The other, yeah.
Young Han Solo.
Oh,
What was his name?
Aiden Erlich.
Ehrenreich.
Erlin
Bagelsberg.
Erlin Edelweiss.
Hey, that's one of the people that Spielberg met at a bar mitzvah.
One of the many
If I
people.
were a rich.
One of the many people he met at a bar mitzvah.
He's just meeting people left and right. That son of a bitch.
Every week we're going to discuss someone that Steven Spielberg met at a bar mitzvah.
And again, I want to stress it's not anti-Semitism. It's the unfairness and weirdness of how you make it in Hollywood.
Yeah, just how weird it is to like you randomly run into Spielberg at a bar mitzvah and he's like, "So you're Han Solo now."
Right. There are kids out there training and working their asses off to perfect their craft. And he had a good conversation.
So yeah, anyways, at number 6 at the box office. I already described this movie. We just
Yeah, we never got to the title.
this stars Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Spidey and Yelena.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch this on HBO. Something Life, right?
We Live in Time. Yeah.
We Live in Time.
Is it like an Apple Plus movie or something?
I'm not sure. I think it's on HBO. I'm not sure.
But yeah, We Live in Time. At number 5 at the box office, a clown is set to unleash chaos on Christmas Eve.
This is Terrifier 3.
Yes,
2.
Terrifier 3. The Terrifier.
Suck.
Yeah.
Yes, me.
At number 4 this week, after a shipwreck, a survivor is stranded on an uninhabited island. To survive, they bond with the island's animals and care for an orphaned baby goose.
The Wild Robot or
The
something?
Wild Robot. The trailer led me to believe it was going to be a much artsier movie than it was. It was full on, straight, middle of the road DreamWorks, crazy animals like going in slow motion in the middle of the air.
It was cute.
It was
But,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. At number 3 this week, bitchy men in dresses talk about each other and get sassy behind each other's backs.
Those catty bitches.
Yeah, a bunch of catty bitches. Catty, bitchy old men in dresses talking shit about each other behind each other's backs is what this movie is, and it was
Monty Python made a movie.
Fantastic. Yes.
The grumpy old birdcage.
The Tooch was loose in this.
Tooch.
The Tooch was loose.
He plays a good gay guy.
I don't think he's actually playing a gay guy, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was a sassy old bitch in a dress. John Lithgow, Ray Fine, and Isabella Rossellini with her very first Oscar nomination for this movie.
The Enclave?
Conclave, yes.
Or Conclave.
Conclave.
Yes, old men in dresses.
Men in dresses.
Did any of you guys see it?
No, I heard it's gay as hell though.
They are such sassy bitches. It is awesome.
I have heard that the sexual tension in this movie, you could just cut it with a knife.
It's just like a bunch of old men being sassy bitches behind each other's back and voting about who's more popular. It's amazing.
Who wants to hear one of the grossest jokes you've heard in a while?
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
If it's about Catholicism, I'm here for it.
Yeah. It's important to wash your food and also to wash your sex toys regularly. That's why priests do baptisms.
Oh, God damn.
Wow, no notes on that one.
There should be. Okay, so we'll draw the line there then.
Woo!
Wow. They're not dishwasher safe, folks.
No, they are not.
Ugh.
At number 2 this week, about to embark on a world tour, global pop sensation Sky Riley begins experiencing inexplicable events.
What a twist. Trap, right?
No, it's not Trap.
No?
The one about Robbie Williams, the monkey one?
No, not the monkey one. This is a sequel to a film that was not bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I heard this is a lot better than the first one. It's a horror sequel. It had a viral marketing campaign. The first one.
Oh, Smile 2 or
Smile
something?
2.
Oh.
The first one was fine. It
was fun.
It was fine. I've heard this one is much better than the first one. And at number 1 at the box office for the week of October 25th, 2024, Eddie Brock and Venom must make a devastating decision as they're pursued by mysterious military men.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Hedgehogs in time.
Last Dance.
Yeah.
Hedgehogs in time.
Hedgehogs all the way down.
All hedgehogs are in time.
Yeah. All good hedgehogs go to heaven. Venom opens at number 1, and that is it for the box office top 10.
I want to continue something we tried once, but I didn't do it during Joker. But I have some MCU trivia for us.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm going to pull a card out. I'm not going to look at the answers. Oh, my God. Well, I got to read it. What's the name of Tony Stark's chauffeur and personal assistant?
Edwin
Meese. Former
Chef.
governor.
Chef.
Yeah, that was a bummer. Let me see this first one. What does Captain America say when he's told he's been asleep for almost 70 years?
Did we win? Hey, good. You're speaking German? I don't know.
Did the Mets win?
It's a good question or answer. I had a date.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. He's all about that Peggy.
That's a bummer.
Okay.
Marvel trivia segment.
Yes, thank you, Josh. So that is our Marvel trivia, MCU trivia segment, which brings us to the character and comic book background. Al, Who haven't we discussed in this movie?
The name's been dropped, but the cinematic debut of Null took place in this movie. Null is a primordial deity, came into being following the destruction of the 6th iteration of the cosmos.
That's exactly how I came into being.
Do we know which,
after the destruction of a few margaritas, actually, anyways.
which iteration was Galactus? Because Galactus is from a previous iteration, right?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, we'll get to that in Fantastic Four, I'm sure.
Null was originally content to drift through the endless void until the Celestials arrived and began creating the 7th iteration of the cosmos, the Marvel Universe.
I am also content to drift through the nameless void.
Oh boy, am I. Yeah, I mean, now we know the void as being a part of the Time Variance Authority, but that's kind of what they called the darkness that Null oversaw. Am I correct with that? The darkness or the void?
Al is.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes.
All right. Yeah.
This is not a visual medium right now.
Yeah.
Like with that universe.
I'm the only one who makes long pauses.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah.
The Celestials offered Null the position of King in Black, whose purpose was to look after the Celestials' creations, but outraged by his kingdom of darkness being despoiled, Null retaliated by creating All Black, the Necro Sword, which we have discussed previously, and which he used to eliminate one of the Celestials. He was banished and, along with the severed Celestial head, banished deeper into the void. He would use the Celestial head to forge the symbiote and combined it with the cosmic energies of the head, which would eventually become Nowhere.
Yep. I love the idea of they offered him a position.
Yeah.
Like we're
like middle management.
Yeah.
This middle management.
Be like, this is Linda from HR. She'll do your onboarding.
Like, can I take vacation to my void still?
Where are those TPS reports?
Much later, after Null was eventually killed somehow, Venom became the King in Black. Protector of the Celestials' creations.
Then
It was a pretty good series, actually.
Then later still it was Johnny Cash.
Yeah. As I'm the King in Black.
Null eventually reawakened. This is after he, he created symbiote armor with All Black, started killing the other deities, crash landed on a planet where Gore took All Black from the incapacitated Null, and we've talked about Gore before. He created the internet.
He did.
He really
He's
did.
got that rhythm.
This is the one missed opportunity that, like, we got so close. We have Nowhere, we have the Necro Sword, we have Null, we have Venom.
Yeah. It would have been cool to see them.
If only some executives could have, like, shook hands and, you know, smacked each other on the back.
Or if they could just act like they fucking are running a business and making a product.
Yeah, makes
It's all there.
It's ours. The Spideyverse is ours.
Yeah.
You keep fucking it up.
yeah. Just
There's a kid I watch on YouTube, and I think he's hilarious but he does reaction videos to reality shows that I would never watch in a million years, and they're hilarious. And recently he did Madam Web, his one and only movie ever. He was like, I don't do movies, but I had to share this. I was like, I know what you mean.
yeah, it's
I like it in ways that confuse me.
That movie really, one of my favorite political commentators wouldn't stop talking about it for months.
That's funny.
Just quoting Madam Web at random. I love it.
No, Madam Web is one of those wild things that was so awful it became a part of the zeitgeist.
It was fun to watch because of it.
Yeah.
But again, to the point, so much potential, but just because Sony has an attitude problem.
Yeah.
I don't think they like Spider-Man. I've said that before.
Like, guys, just stick to making like video games. Maybe let the movies
Disney
just
do what Disney does.
Yeah.
You can all have your opinions, but it's a time-tested machine.
Yeah.
So Null eventually reawakened and discovered he could bond his living abyss to lesser creatures and control their new forms as vessels, thus creating an army of symbiotes with himself at the center of the hive mind, establishing the symbiote hive.
Symbiote hive represent.
Continued killing gods, enslaving others.
Yada yada.
Something with the Silver Surfer, Ego the Living Planet, Grendel, a dragon-like symbiote, lands on Earth. Young Thor arrives to aid the Viking villagers.
For half a second, I heard Young Thug.
I said Doug. It's just a guy named Doug.
Yeah.
And the connection between Null and the symbiote hive mind broke, and thus symbiotes were scattered over the universe, now free from Null's control. They rebelled against Null and trapped him inside an artificial planet formed of billions of symbiotes, which they called Clintar, or cage in their language. And the story goes on.
I love it, which they called Clintar.
Which some people.
A broth I call root marm.
Marrying your cousin.
Some, I guess, lesser characters, still with histories. Rex Strickland was. I didn't say who Null was created by. Let's find that real quick if we can. Null was first introduced in Venom Volume 4, Number 3 in August of 2018.
Fairly new, like Thor.
Fairly new. Okay. Back to Rex Strickland.
The most,
yes, please.
The most World War II name ever.
Yeah, you're a general when you're born, if that's your name.
Yeah.
He first appeared in Volume Number 4, Venom Volume 4, Number 1, May of 2018. He was a soldier in the Vietnam War, part of Black Ops Super Soldier Initiative, host of the Tyrannosaurus symbiote.
Host. He's like, you can have the guest room.
He becomes the T-Rex in the comics?
That's cool.
His name is Rex.
And he becomes a T-Rex, of course.
I hate that.
Rex
but also, I'm glad that a person is I was so confused about the T-Rex Venom symbiote.
Yeah.
If your name is Rex Strickland, people just constantly shout the word cigar chomping at you like they have Tourette's.
Yeah, he could have used a mustache, I think, in this movie.
Yeah, when I first saw the Venomized T-Rex, I thought, just by looking, I thought maybe it was like Devil Dinosaur or something.
Yeah, same. That existed. Moon Girl, because they've been coming up a lot in Marvel recently with the cartoon and stuff.
Devil Dinosaur, I think, is Kirby. I mean, he goes way back.
Yeah.
In this movie, we had Dr. Teddy Payne, based upon a Dr. Thaddeus Payne.
So many Thaddeus in Marvel.
Yes. They act like Thaddeus is a normal name people have.
Yeah, I've never been. All right.
I worked with the Thaddeus when I was in high school.
Huh.
I'm sure they exist.
Sure.
I guess I did know a Thaddeus at one point too. We called him Tad though.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Tad, or Ted could be used. I don't know. Anyway.
Thaddeus Payne first appeared in Morbius the Living Vampire #4, December of 1994. Sadist, unable to feel pain, has prosthetic hands equipped with surgical tools.
Named Payne.
like that droid that was working with Batman.
With the spoons?
Yeah,
the baby spoons?
The shoehorns.
The baby spoons.
The baby spoons. I'm not a doctor.
Be like, get those baby spoons inside that princess and get them twins out of there.
She's dying of sadness.
Like vanilla ice cream.
Dr. Payne did experiments on Morbius the Living Vampire, and later tortured Eddie Brock, experimented on the Venom symbiote. Yeah.
Well, they definitely changed the likableness of that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did see they weren't necessarily his children in this, but the others, the 5 symbiotes, were originally
John, Paul, George, Ringo, and Stu Sutcliffe.
And Young.
Hey.
And Young.
Put some flowers on Billy Preston.
Do it.
The 5 symbiote children of Venom first appeared in Venom Lethal Protector #4, May of 1993. And their names were Lasher, Riot, Agony, Phage, and Scream.
Thank you, McFarlane.
Yeah.
So Toxin was after that? I thought the Toxin was in that run too, but Toxin's been a lot.
Toxin was
recently.
later.
Yeah.
There was a white one in this that reminded me of Anti-Venom.
Todd
Was that
McFarlane.
These were actually not named by Todd McFarlane or
Okay.
created.
All right.
Yeah. No, he just did Venom. I think. Well, maybe Carnage?
David Michelini and Ron Lim.
Yes.
The entire 90s Venom, everything is basically just a 9 Inch Nails video.
Yeah, it was very gruesome.
Sadie Christmas was also in the comics. She was possessed by
The
Lasher.
Ghost of Christmas Past.
Her name is fucking Christmas.
I didn't know her name was that.
In the Marvel page, they just call her Sadie. They don't even give her a last name.
Okay, so her
but-
last name's not Christmas, not like she's like Luke Cage, she's like Sweet Christmas,
Like Chef Boyardee.
It was in
what
the
else
movie,
was
though,
he
right?
gonna do?
His name's Chef.
And that's it for comic history this week.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Professor
Al.
Weber. That brings us to the production of the film itself. Venom, The Last Dance, was directed by Kelly Marcel, based on a screenplay by Tom Hardy and Kelly Marcel.
Yeah, Tom Hardy has been mad invested, which really has made these movies.
Interesting, because that dude is a straight up freak. In a good
love
way.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything he does, I've enjoyed.
He's such a hardworking dude. Jeremy and I were talking about him. He does so much charity work in England for like the homeless and like underprivileged kids, while also doing he raps and he does MMA competitively.
Has anybody seen that series that he was in? I think it was a BBC series, but Taboo. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. He plays a dude who spent it's in the 1800s, spent a dude who spent years and years in the African Congo, finally comes home to claim his birthright. And the taboo is that everyone is pretty sure he ate people while he was in Africa. But it's very interesting period
That
piece.
sounds
And
good.
he's an interesting dude because it's almost like Liam Neeson. Like he came back to town to get his. And everyone's like, oh, damn. Good show.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So Kelly Marcel and Tom Hardy go way back. She was a started out as kind of a script doctor and did a fair amount of like TV stuff in England, but also was an actor throughout the 90s. Had a small role in the 1989 Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis biopic starring Dennis Quaid,
which is a pretty good biopic, to be honest.
Yeah.
The least interesting subject. Fuck Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, fuck Jerry Lee Lewis. But yeah.
But man, Quaid killed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And with Winona Ryder as the 13-year-old cousin he marries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in a bunch.
You know, he was Jerry Falwell's cousin.
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking pervs.
Yeah, fucking Jerry's. So she started becoming a writer, doing a lot of script work in the 2000s. She did a uncredited rewrite on the 2008 film Bronson, which starred Tom Hardy.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Boxing movie.
He's the most dangerous prisoner in British history because he's killed more men, I think, inside than anybody ever had or something.
No, I guess you're right. Yeah, Britain. But yeah.
I haven't seen it since it came out, but it was intense, and he's hilarious and just like evil as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
She then has uncredited script work on Mad Max Fury Road. And she was writer-producer on Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Prior to this, some non-Tom Hardy writing work she did: Saving Mr. Banks, 50 Shades of Grey, and Cruella. So
I don't know. I have mad respect for script doctors.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You know, it's the same with directors. A writer can give you some bare bones, but then somebody's got to put those bones together.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the writer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that that's how we often remember Carrie Fisher now. That like it took this long, but now we remember her as like Hollywood script doctor.
Postcards from the Edge was fabulous.
So good.
God. Oh, for sure. And Wishful Drinking was a great show. One woman show. But yeah, exactly. Like she was kind of what Patton is now.
Well, and yeah,
all kinds of scripts pass through her hands.
Well, and in what we do, not what we do anything, we talk about comic book movies, but these movies live or die by a script doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That final pass of like, dude, this sucks. Someone needs to make this like real.
Right.
That's cool that he has somebody that he's kind of like carried along through his career.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. This film stars. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 top lines actors in this are all British playing American. That
drove me nuts the entire time. Well, Rhys Ifans is Welsh.
Yes, which is British. It's part of the British Commonwealth.
Yep. Juno Temple is.
Yep.
Her father is Julian Temple.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only British,
she's a nepo.
but nepo.
Yeah.
I love her. I liked her since she was young, but yep.
Keeley is such a great character, and
Keeley's a great character.
She was great in the last Fargo season.
I didn't see that yet.
Right.
Oh, it's a good one.
She has the most Benedict Cumberbatch American accent I think I've heard since Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, just like Martin Freeman, she nails that like Great Lakes, Upper Peninsula. Oh, yeah. Like Martin Freeman did Minnesotan better than he's done any accent ever.
Yeah. His Minnesotan accent's incredible.
Juno Temples was good. It's a great season, and it might make you uncomfortable to watch now because it gets a little too real politically. John Hamm is this like constitutionalist sheriff, you know. But it's a great
I love an evil John Hamm too.
Oh, he's a bad guy. He's Walter White bad. Like you're watching and you're like, oh, I don't see this dude the same anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Anyway,
Juno Temple was in The Dark Knight Rises as street smart Gotham girl.
yeah, Selena's roommate.
Yeah. Let's see. May as well.
Wow, with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, with Tom Hardy. Interesting.
Oh,
I love his Bane. I don't give a shit.
Oh, his Bane's incredible. Best part of Dark Knight Rises for me personally.
Yeah.
he has delivered 2 incredible vocal performances as a superhero.
Yeah, that were sort of unnecessary. He just kind of did it.
Mm-hmm.
That Bane, God, it's so good. If you haven't watched the Harley Quinn cartoon,
That Bane, yeah.
Yeah,
they created an entire character mocking that performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a great choice because Bane could have just been intimidating. You didn't have to give him a particular voice.
Yeah.
You could just be speaking through this respirator. But making that choice just made him so much weirder.
Yeah.
It's theatrical. Yeah.
Yeah,
As a
it's theatrical.
performer. It's like,
Yeah.
He's like, I've been in the pit. I have been practicing this in the pit.
And by the time Harley Quinn season 3 rolls around, Bane is just like in the middle of a rom-com, like, is this love for Bane?
the pasta episode still is one of my favorite cartoons I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Just
Incredible.
Bane riding a moped. I hope that he appreciates that and does not take that as like being mocked for that performance.
Oh, I'm sure he digs it.
Yeah, he's got a.
He understands comics.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, we I've said his name so many times.
Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. I have said his name so many times. He's been in so many of these movies as so many different characters.
He might be one of our most like seen actors.
He's up there. Let's see. What has he been in that we have done? He was in
one of the Batman, the Dark Knight Batmans, wasn't he?
Actually, I'm looking through, and maybe not as many as I thought. Maybe Jimon Hansu is what we're confusing.
Jimon Hansu for sure, though,
Yeah.
is yeah.
I'm going backwards. I've got Doctor Strange in the
Doctor
Multiverse of Madness.
Strange.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Is
Yeah,
he Mordo?
He's Carl, yeah.
Carl.
We
love that.
would have
It's
put him
funny.
in both Doctor Strange movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a recurring character.
Oh, he's in The Martian.
Okay, that's right.
I love how pissed he is that Doctor Strange doesn't know what his first name is. It was just one little more.
So good.
Carl?
I remember him from Firefly. He was in the last episode of Firefly, and then in Serenity.
Yeah.
Or was he just in Serenity?
He was just in Serenity.
That's right. It was a different guy.
Yeah.
Serenity
It was
now.
basically kind of the same character, but not technically. Yeah, he was great in Serenity. Reese Ifans. Let's see
about him.
We in Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home. He wanted everyone to be a lizard for a little while. That was his ultimate goal. I want everyone to become a lizard for a little bit, then they'll go
Just
back
see
to
what it's
normal.
It's like that. What's the? You guys remember the
Crack
Spider-Man, the one page where it's like, you could cure cancer. It's like, I just want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And he never gave up. He said, as soon as you let me out of this fucking thing.
Which is it's crazy because both Chiwetel Ejiofor and Reese Ifans are in movies that are directly connected to this because Tom Hardy plays this character in No Way Home with Doctor Strange and Andrew Garfield.
This movie gets like 2 minutes in and it says, fuck this multiverse shit. And then we get every multiverse cameo that's not a multiverse cameo.
Just like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made fun of it while he was doing it.
Yeah.
I love it because if they don't acknowledge it, then it being an answer and excuse for everything would just be so lame. But acknowledging it constantly is I don't know, legitimizes it for me.
Yeah.
Because for Secret Wars and Doom, they're going to have to pull people from a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems tedious right now, but it's going to be an excellent.
It'll pay
Originally,
off
Secret
like
Wars
Endgame.
was a character they made up out of nowhere, the Beyonder, and transported everyone to a planet for his own amusement. This all is going to make much more sense.
Yeah.
It really is.
Stephen Graham is back as Patrick Mulligan. He was definitely playing a character in Let There Be Carnage, which I 100% remember. I definitely know he existed. I didn't have to look him up while
he was
watching
in the first
movie.
one too, wasn't he?
Maybe.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, he was like investigating him in the first one.
Sure.
I think he was the main like antagonist human, like Carl.
Because
or-
Eddie was
or
in
Rex.
his hair, right? Because Eddie
Yeah.
was an investigative reporter exposing bad cops and mayors.
Yeah.
He couldn't go to New York because he's that mayor or whoever he
Which
pissed off.
honestly, we get one line about New York in this that characterizes Eddie perfectly,
Yeah.
which we'll get to when we get to the movie. But yeah,
Peggy Lou is back as Mrs. Chen. Clark.
honestly, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God she was back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great. She's fun.
It was fun.
She elevated that scene.
Absolutely. Clark Bacco plays Sadie Christmas.
Has she been in anything? TV?
She was, yes, she's been in a number of things. She was in Station 11 for one episode.
Oh, she's the pregnant lady in Station 11.
Yeah.
They leave at one of the camps.
Yes.
At the birthing camp.
She was in
Sorry. I clearly love Station 11.
she was in A Handmaid's Tale, Hemlock Grove. A bunch of TV stuff mostly. She was in a few movies, but none of them anyone has seen.
Sounds like a streaming actor, which they're becoming more and more, prevalent, which is kind of cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and being in something like Station 11, a lot of people that were in Hollywood were in love with Station 11, so she's probably going to get a lot of roles. Just out of that.
Most recently, Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. Letterkenny is
Canadian?
Yes, she is.
oh, great fishing in Quebec.
One of them secret
I don't know why
Canadians.
that's one of my favorite lines.
Alana Ubach as what was the character's name? It was as Nova Moon, Reese Ifans' wife.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, yeah, that's a hippie name.
Hippie
for
wife, yeah.
And she's been in everything.
She
been in a lot of
starred
things, right?
as Isabel Villalobos in the Meet the Fockers remake in 2004.
Wasn't she a mom on a show? I feel like she was.
She was let's see. She's done a lot of work going real far back as far as TV.
Yeah,
wow.
Never mind.
Yeah, she was like a teen actress. Like she was on like the Torkelsons and other sitcoms.
I know exactly what the Torkelsons is.
Yeah,
but
me
hearing
too.
That said, it's been like 25. Those were the little weird things under the sea, right?
The Torkels. Yeah, the Snorks.
The Snorkelsons.
But more recently she has I'm trying to see like what like recent TV. Oh my god, this woman's TV work. She's in Ted, the Ted series currently.
Oh.
The bear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't checked that out as much as I love.
By all
the first
accounts,
Ted.
it's pretty funny. But let's see. She Legally Blonde. The Legally Blonde movies were kind of some of the biggest ones she was in. She was in the Brady Bunch movie. Yeah.
Looks like she does a lot of voice work.
Yeah, ton of voice work. Her first movie was 1993's Airborne, about rollerbladers. It was trying to be like Gleaming the Cube, but rollerbladers.
The fruit booting movie era. Oh my god.
Once you
What year was that?
blow
94?
fade, you never fade.
93.
Wow. 93. I was rollerblading like a motherfucker at age 7 and 8.
I couldn't deal with any wheels that were attached to my feet. Any that I couldn't throw myself. I like skateboarding, but because I could bail. It's like, these are on me. I can't stand.
Stopping.
Right.
I liked roller skating, but I'm only at the rink. I've never.
No,
I couldn't believe those kids that would roller skate down the sidewalk. That is.
I can't roller skate anywhere but a rink. It's so dangerous. I just feel like I'm going to fall on my face.
Yep. So I never saw that blading movie. I'll tell you that.
As a teenager, we went back and watched a bunch of them. There were a bunch of kids who became skateboarders that were rollerbladers when we were younger. And we were like, we should watch all those bad movies. Yeah. There was animosity towards rollerbladers for a long time in the early 2000s and late 90s.
Yeah.
They're dorks.
When you carried your skate, I don't know. Skaters got a lot of shit too. Skater dive.
Skater dive.
Skateboard's an easy weapon,
a 3-letter insult slur.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis plays Null. Because of course he does.
Because of course, yeah.
He needs another name on that list.
How many Andy Serkis roles are there in the MCU at this point?
I love that he came back to do this, because if we forget, he directed the last one.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And he's a fan of Venom in the comics. And that was a perfect thing for him to do too. The voiceover movie,
Mm-hmm.
like you're talking to yourself. Like, what a great thing for him to cut his teeth on as a director. A guy who gets what that takes.
Yeah.
And I mean, from a purely economical point of view, come Secret Wars, like they'll be able to pay Andy Serkis to play several characters that are going to be there. It's like a Sean Gunn type situation. Like, we have these different characters that are going to appear, and it's just Andy.
I hope he hires a team of agents before that movie comes out.
Oh, I hope he immediately went to Vin Diesel and was like, "Who's your guy?"
Yeah, for real. Exactly. Let's see. Rounding out the cast, Hala Finley plays Echo. That's the teen daughter of the hippie couple. She was in Skeleton Crew. Recently, she's obviously a kid actress. She's has some work here. Skeleton Crew is the biggest thing other than this.
I thought she was in Skeleton
Crew.
She when they went to the planet where there was the war, and she was like the kid that was
the Bizarro planet.
Yeah, exactly. And the son, that kid's name is Dash McCloud.
Oh,
I have nothing to say about him.
Bright for Dash McCloud. Holy shit! Get that kid a Star Wars and a cowboy movie.
That kid,
God damn!
Give
that kid a gun and a sword. He's ready to go.
DuckTales character,
Dash McCloud. He's about to be solving crimes on Oahu,
and then in space.
Yeah,
you
for real.
Dash, you can't pin him down.
Yeah, I want him in like a bulb style, like 50s. Oh my god! Wow. I hope
like
acting.
Flash, is it? Who's the Futurama? Asshole captain. You're muted, Al, but I know that you know.
Zap Brannigan.
Zap Brannigan. That's exactly what it. Max Power. Dash McCloud.
Dash McCloud.
Max Power. Oh my god.
Max Power.
Thanks. I got it from my hairdryer.
This kid has also done episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm and Old Dads. It's funny, the moms are bad and the dads are old. Anyway. The houses are colonial and the penises are circumcised. Let's see. Cristo Fernandez as the bartender. Don't want to forget him. He another Ted Lasso. He was the Spanish soccer player from Ted Lasso.
Football is life, but also death.
Danny
Rojas.
Danny Rojas, yes.
Danny Rojas, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great.
He was in
too.
Totally great character, and he was in No Way Home, right? Like that was the same bartender in the scene. Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely. That's
And he's in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
He is
as Hitler.
Sonic has to fight Hitler.
Robotnik and Sonic team up with Shadow to fight the Fourth Reich.
Because I know so little about it, everything's possible.
You know, a mecha Hitler would not be that far afield in Sonic the Hedgehog, actually.
Oh, I'm sure he had some weird scientists working on that design. It's like, what if I was a giant robot? Ah, yes, mein Pierre.
Absolutely. What if a hedgehog tried to fight me, though?
Dude, I think it's time to take a nap.
I saw a rumor that they're making a fucking Wolfenstein movie. And the way that they've taken that story in the past decade, if they make I will be there the night that movie opens, because they get you get to watch him murder Hitler, which is amazing. But Hitler lives in a floating city and is directing all the movies in the world. That's a shitty way to live for the rest of the world, man.
It really is.
I've seen his paintings.
So that's about it for the production on this film. It has 40% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, but 80% audience score.
That sounds right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie and it's an interesting movie, except for the parts that took place in a lab that were apparently shot in 2004.
Yeah, the CGI fight as an ending is kind of a bummer too.
Yeah, the big CGI fight.
This movie made me feel my feelings, and I did not expect it to.
Yeah, I had feelings. It was fun. There were some choices they could have made that would have made it more fun, but I liked it.
Yeah. Got some Letterboxd reviews here. Letterboxd user Sydney writes, Venom frog, Venom fish, what's next? The woke symbiote agenda is poisoning your children's minds.
I loved seeing other venomized things.
I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
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 And it served a purpose, so that made sense why we hadn't seen it before, and then it worked this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just silly as shit when it was happening too.
Oh yeah.
But then their title sequence at the end was like, okay, all right, fun.
That paid it off so much better.
The Venom penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved how silly in general this was.
Mm-hmm.
Letterboxd user Kumi writes, what letter in LGBT is this?
What? I saw no sexuality whatsoever.
5 stars.
I think this movie's pretty gay, though. I don't know. The Eddie and Venom relationship has this weird kind of gay.
No.
Like roommates, like the old school, they just live together. Like they bicker constantly with each other. That's what I mean by an old couple.
Old married couple dynamic. As far as the bickering goes.
That does not denote a romantic or I don't know. I don't understand.
A popular
two dudes can love each other that way.
That's fair.
I agree, and I think it's I think that the modern the modern looking at any sort of same sex relationship as being intrinsically gay in some way, for good or ill, sexual in some way, does disservice to platonic friendship and emotions between same-sex people. But
it also does a disservice to gay people because anti-gay people only make it about sex. In their minds, being gay is just about that gay people that's more important to gay people than it is to any other person on the planet. Like, it's only sexual.
Right.
And so it's like you said, when there is a Juno Temple and Christmas, they were very close, but I think their relationship was a shared love for these creatures.
Yeah, they were.
I don't think there was any gay.
A shared love for being science ladies.
Yeah, I think that if there's sexual tension in these movies, it's Mrs. Chen and Eddie Brock.
Yes,
only.
Yeah. Well, and I think
Venom and Eddie are just ride or dies. They're not.
I think they love each other, though. I think that
Yeah,
there is
that's
like
different.
it is more of the platonic love, but they love each other by the end of this movie. And
It's like they have a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
or something.
I also understand how younger people want to see that in so many things, because there's been so many decades of gay erasure also.
Absolutely.
Well, and decades of breadcrumbs everywhere. That's all you get.
Yeah.
So you see it in everything, because that's all Hollywood's given you.
Is breadcrumbs. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just that confirmation bias thing sometimes, I feel like.
Oh, 100%.
It's absolute. I mean, representation is very, very fucking important. And they have been screwed over. But we can't see every close male relationship as homoerotic. We cannot.
Yeah. No, because that
we
absolutely
have to take a stand.
because that absolutely does a disservice. That's men should be able to have close emotional relationships without it being homoerotic.
Yep.
Because making it strictly about sex then actually becomes a tendril of the patriarchy.
Like the lipstick lesbian thing that we grew up with, that it was totally not gay if they were hot.
Yeah.
But if they look like two uncles, then it's an abomination.
If one of them didn't shave their armpits, then we're against it. Yeah.
The complexity of that, though, is at the same time we should also be encouraging, this straight men, you can hug your friends,
Absolutely.
Like there's a weird line on both sides of that where it's like, these guys just love each other. They're just friends. They like, if they were two of them, they would be hugging each other at multiple points in this movie, which for straight men is like, ooh, I would never hug my friend. That's gay as hell.
In my life that I love, and we're never like, should we touch tips just to make sure? It doesn't make me gay or him straight or her straight.
Maybe society needs to chill the fuck out in general.
Well,
that's my opinion.
And appreciate it when it's legit, and it was celebrate it when it is a gay story.
The second movie, we do get to see Venom at a gay club, right? At like a gay nightclub.
That was
he loves to dance.
He really does. He was DJing.
Yeah.
He's a good time guy.
Yeah.
Loves everybody except for bad guys and chickens.
He's like the Gremlins. He just wants to party.
He just wants to party. He wants to see Snow White the way he wants to see Snow White. He does like that.
User Kenzie Vanamu writes, "The substance for boys."
Okay. I'll allow it.
And the final one, user Millie writes, "I love the part where Eddie became a mermaid. 5 stars."
So did I. I'm glad they didn't focus on that too much, but when he flopped up on the beach, I was like, oh no.
That is about it, guys. Are we ready to jump into the movie?
Yeah.
Protector.
Here we go. This is Venom, The Last Dance. We open on Null dropping a big stinky load of exposition. Just right off the bat. He created the symbiotes. He wants a bunch of, looks like the updated versions of the Starship Trooper bug xenophages to...
They look kind of like the Brood from Marvel Comics. The Brood that the X-Men were always...
They do look like the Brood.
But, So I almost thought like, oh, cool. Did they just adapt? But no, xenomorphs or whatever.
Xenophages.
Xenophobes.
Is a xenophage a thing in biology? Because I know that a phage is a biological thing that carries genetic whatever on it. I don't.
Well, xenophage was in. I looked it up. That the xenophages were in the comics.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I looked up to see if they're the bird, yeah, they're totally different.
In the comics, yeah, I missed that one. A race of extraterrestrial shapeshifters which prey on symbiotes possess the ability to spew unknown incendiary chemical that can paralyze symbiotes and enhance their taste.
A refined palate.
I would have liked a more humanized, hunter killer thing than what we got.
Like upgraded symbiote.
Yeah, rather than a
thing.
big CGI snarly monster.
Bug
Like
dogs
they-
with tails,
Like they screwed up the deviants in Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this felt like.
I'm
Honestly, I would have rather had the deviants from Eternals be the thing. Like that character
And they
design.
totally screwed that. The deviants are way cooler.
Yeah, I'm really tired of CGI monsters, snarling CGI monsters that just come and attack and
That's
seem
cool
to be
character
invulnerable.
design. Make a science fiction movie with that thing. We have stuff in the comics that we can play with.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see like upgraded symbiotes.
Or a shape-shifting thing that Venom can't
That's
see
true.
on the streets in Vegas. You have a shapeshifter pop up out of a lady and
that would be a
Well, that would be
T2000
cool.
situation.
And it can see
Yeah.
the codex, and Venom can somehow see it. That would have been neat.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and only Venom can see it, maybe. Yeah.
The comics xenophage looked quite like this, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected then.
No, it was still.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still tired of invulnerable CGI monsters that just snarl and leap and can kind of almost fly.
They felt like the things that Gore was using also in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Which those were hand drawn by children. That was the original design of those, which I love.
And they reminded me of symbiotes even in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not even a Marvel thing, the CGI snarly monsters. That's just action movies in general from the past 20 years.
Yeah, and things that are invulnerable until they're not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It can go through a jet engine and come back, but acid it's. So, by the way, we got a vat of acid in this.
We did.
If you fall into a vat of acid, you turn into wavy gravy. I think.
Yeah, what happens when the vat falls on you? It's like a reverse Gotham
The
situation.
acid turns into a person. Or the vat turns into the eels. All turned into Jamie Foxx.
Yep, like Sandman. Why didn't he turn into a bird? Oh, right, there was no bird.
Yeah. He wants him to go get the Codex, which is a shiny little CGI ball that is forged when a symbiote resurrects its host.
That's what it looked like in the series, The King in Black. That little sort of swirly. It's magical. Swirls are magical.
The Codex can free Null from the prison the symbiotes trapped him in. The xenophages make a bunch of fire holes and jump into their fire holes.
Those were almost magical portals.
They were almost, yeah.
So I have a question. If he can make portals for those guys to leave, how can he?
Did he
can't
make the portal that didn't the xenophages make their own portals?
But if they can make portals, why doesn't he just go out behind them? Like leave the door open.
He's tied down to that thing.
Oh, he is tied to the chair, I guess.
Well, the realm was made specifically to keep him, right? It's his own personal cage.
So yeah, maybe he just is incapable. It was just one of those things where I was like, portals? Aren't you stuck here? Like that seemed convenient.
Yeah.
But also, like, why would they? I guess with the comic story of like they like to eat symbiotes, it makes sense. But I was just thinking, he was like, I will reward you with your life. It's like, if they just do nothing, they'll still get to keep their lives. Like,
Right.
they don't.
They are alive and they get to leave.
Yeah, they could just go away and ignore you, Noel. Like, why are they even doing anything for you?
It's like they keep sending my calls to voicemail. I know they see them.
You're like, they left me on red. So yeah. Then we get a credit sequence. And we cut to Eddie and Venom in the bar in the 616.
The third movie, they've been in that fucking bar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They've been in that bar a long time.
3 movies. It's been, what, 6 years in the bar?
Yes. Yeah. Wow. It's been a while that they've been in that bar.
This is like development hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just like, sorry, dude, you're stuck spinning on this plate for half a decade. Until
we can get around to getting this sequel made.
Yeah, and then they just spit him back out.
Yeah, then he's in. Yeah, so he's talking about Thanos and the Infinity Stones. Then yada yada. The No Way Home happens, and they go back to their own universe.
I thought it was cool to see the night sky in Mexico change from this like neon lights tourist location back to the, small ocean city, like a coastal, fishing city.
Yeah.
Because multiverse shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. And the bartender goes from having short hair to long hair. Yeah. Let's see. Venom and Eddie do a bit where they're doing cocktail. End up destroying the bar, freaking out the bartender. Then the nightly plot relevant news comes on the bar TV. This is the same news program that's been showing for the last 50 years in movies. Plot relevant news.
Always.
So they're on the run after the whole Carnage thing, and they think he murdered Detective Patrick Mulligan. For some reason, this is international news. That a cop in San Francisco got killed.
International manhunt.
Manhunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they decide that instead they're going to go to New York and blackmail a judge into clearing their name.
This is one of my favorite things that they did with Eddie. I know a judge we can blackmail. Like, fuck yeah, that's Eddie Brock if I ever saw one.
They never have a plan, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the plan is skeevy as shit and illegal.
Yeah.
It's not going to murder the guy, but, make it worth his while.
But also 100%, even if they, with no hitches, got to New York and found this judge, that plan wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Harebrained. Yeah.
So they leave the bar, run into a gang of dog fighting men. And we get this.
So they hear the screams of a person. Eddie, we must find this person. They're in danger. And then they find a room full of dogs.
What dog sound? Which one of the dogs can scream like a person? It was Scooby.
I think this scene might have originally been written darker,
human trafficking
with people in cages. And I think that on screening, they were like, no. This is too lighthearted for that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer.
Well, it's been proven that humans are more invested in animals on screen than
absolutely
even children.
Yeah.
So seeing them liberated and then attacking the guys that made them fight was fun.
Yeah.
Instead of a little kid, unless the kid bursts through the cage and kicked out.
Just starts biting his crotch and shaking his
a
head.
bunch of kids. Yeah, that would have been funny. Oh my God.
And then it sets up the shoe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cute running gag.
Yeah.
The shoes. Yeah.
The indestructible croc getting ripped in half.
Well, and the dog that throughout all the chaos is still just interested in chewing on your shoe. There's always that dog.
There's always that dog.
He's like, oh, they're all distracted.
I'll get the shoe.
I'll get the shoe, the precious shoe.
Yeah. So then we cut to the secret government TV room where they're watching all the TV at once.
Who the fuck is this TV guy?
He's the guy that watches TV for the government.
Like over the shoulder shadowed silhouette of a guy.
Yeah. Who was that guy?
Like it might be important. It never is, but it might be.
Yeah, but it's not. He's just the guy that watches TV for the government and then tells General Strickland that
what's happening on King of Queens.
It's funny because we got 2 shots of him. I think we didn't get a third shot.
Yeah,
which to me says like, oh, there was probably a third shot that they cut.
Probably, yeah,
of him like spinning around and being some actor we know.
Yeah.
What's another Spider-Man character that could have been in this movie and not played their character? That's also British. It's just Benedict Cumberbatch with a mustache.
He's like, hello, governor.
He's like, I am also General from America.
I'm American General American.
Blinder Flimbogatch. Yeah. It would have been cool if it was Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. I'm watching
Governor
TV.
Johnny Belinda.
Thunderbolt.
Johnny Belinda.
Johnny Belinda Carlisle.
He's got the beat.
So yeah, he tells General Strickland what's going down. I'm sorry, but General Rex Strickland. That is not the name of a person that Chiwetel Ejiofor would play. It's just not. Like he can play a general, but not General Rex Strickland. That's a white guy with like the grain sides of the hair and like
the salt and pepper.
Like that's David Hasselhoff.
A cigar chewer. Yeah,
that's a
cigar chomper.
Ross chomper.
He chomps cigars. Yeah, so
I wouldn't have given Dash McCloud a character name. I would have called him Dash McCloud.
Yeah. Hi, we're the family of Dash McCloud over here.
Oh my God, is that Dash McCloud? Pop sensation and crime fighting wonderkin. Dash McCloud.
Part-time astronaut.
The lawyer
full-time entertainer.
8 years old.
Magic man.
Women want to be him and men want him. I don't know.
Want to.
He's a complicated fan base.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, Rex Strickland and his boys head to the Mexican bar where they find a little bit of Venom and they take
a little bit of Venom in my soup, a little bit of Tina.
A little bit of Tina in my soup.
I don't know where soup came from.
We need to check under what's his name, Mambo number 5 dude's floorboards, I guess.
Yeah, Lou Bega. It's
if
just
Tina's in his soup.
Yeah, Lou Bega is a much darker.
We need to stop him before Mambo number 6 happens.
So they take Venom, the little Venom they find, and the bartender back to Area 51. We meet Dr. Teddy Payne, who has a memory dream about when her science brother died from scientifically inaccurate lightning strikes.
It's true. It would have hit the ocean.
What did the boy say when the lightning happened? He said something to her, like
he said, "Do science" or something like that.
He's like, well, no, he was like,
lightning strikes.
When thunder's near, lightning's here.
That's right. You don't. I turned to Jude and I was like, "You don't need a rhyme for that. You don't need a rhyme for get out of a lightning storm."
Or that it follows. I don't know.
It's like when thunder
it starts to thunder, there's going to be lightning.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it was
brother.
when thunder's here, lightning's near. Like, but it was so dumb.
Yeah, like you didn't need to make an. It's like every time they rewrite with great power comes great returning videotapes on time. You know,
that is responsibility.
But yeah, so if you get hit by lightning and you're holding someone's hand and the lightning goes through you into them, you're not like cool. You still got hit by lightning. That's still gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
It's not like the lightning goes through you into them.
Lightning's hella weird, though. I will say lightning is weird, but to put it in a movie is pretty like boring.
Yeah,
I hate to say that.
So yeah, I mean, we all know
is boring in a movie.
I mean, yeah, if you're standing in the middle of a field and you're the tallest thing out there, the likelihood is high. But you're on the shore of the ocean. I don't know. Seems like it would go for the water, like it would hit the water. I could be wrong.
For a couple of very smart kids, they're very dumb.
Yeah, and also like, just where are these kids, and where that they're on this beach alone?
I'm assuming a Great Lake. It's got to be a Great Lake because of her accent.
Cape Cod. Yeah,
her accent. Wait till we get to the adult's accent.
It's like August in Lake Michigan or something.
But yeah.
Obviously, there aren't trees around them because that kid is the lightning rod.
Yeah. But also it's funny
to get
just
to the earth as fast as I can, so I'm going to go through this kid.
It's funny just to have an exactly accurate memory train of something.
Yes.
Well, yeah. This is screen time that could have been devoted to a number of things. Because all we get from this is she got a lightning scar on her arm.
Yeah.
And she run fast when she Venom.
Yep. But no. And when someone says something about like the pain, she like touches her arm.
Yeah.
The pain.
This is characterization that could have been spread across 4 other characters.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know.
Because we get 4 other Venoms that don't get any characterization. We get a name like, "Hey, Paul," and he gets turned into a Venom. Like, "Hey, it's me, Paul."
Everything that wasn't Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy felt real weak in this movie. Everything that was Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy was hella fun, and the family was fun too. But they were with Tom Hardy a lot.
They were a vehicle for him to, have feelings.
Yeah. So she heads to work in her truck because she's a science truck lady. And then we see she's the head doctor lady at Imperium. It's a government operation where they're decommissioning the Area 51 in the quickest and most efficient way possible by pouring acid on everything. Which is how every business goes out of business. Sam Levitt's recently just poured acid all over their warehouse.
Get it while it's still sort of physical material. This whole thing, we're decommissioning Area 51, but also Area 58, just below it.
Yeah.
Super active right now.
Super active. Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted but laughing at the same Levitz. But yeah, I always thought it was funny that it's one of the few, like it's the only military base that we call an area.
Right.
This is our area. Area 51 right here. This area.
Area 51 is next to the Pier 1.
It's like, do you mean that military base? No, it's an area. An area we've fenced off.
Are there 50 other areas? Listen, you're not getting it.
Listen, buddy.
Sip it, SEAL Team 6.
We'll deal with areas, okay?
SEAL Teams 1 through 5 are so angry about that.
God damn it. We held the door open.
We see that underground. There's a bunch of symbiotes that are on Earth. We meet Christmas Doctor Lady. And then discover that Patrick Mulligan is alive and sad in a room with a symbiote.
He's sort of in the shape of water.
Yes, he kind of is.
I was kind of waiting for there to be a hand on the glass, you also sound like you might have a British accent. Are we in love?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I was, and Keely was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." She was like also a little horny for the water monster, just like Guillermo del Toro's lady. Yeah.
And then Patrick Mulligan comes out. She's like, no, not you.
Yeah,
not you.
you're like
the green guy.
Yeah, green and scaly. That's what I'm about.
It's a, hey, what's your name?
You remember the rhyme?
You.
If it's green and scaly, get with Keely.
Talk to you.
Anyways.
Talking to your friend.
So then he tells them that the symbiotes on Earth for, I don't know, reasons. Something
He
to do
gives
with Null.
quite possibly the strangest performance in these movies. Like the way he's yelling at them. I'm just like, dude, nobody else talks like this when there's a Venom thing inside them.
We tire of your questions, boy.
Like, I don't know why that was the choice, because you could see the actor gave it his all.
Yeah, he was
Like,
doing a thing for sure.
Like, they didn't have to give that direction to him, though. Like, dude, just do a cool voice. I'm sure you can do one. You don't have to look like you're going to burst a blood vessel and shit your pants.
Yeah, you don't have to look like your Macho Man Randy Savage talking to Green Mean Gene.
It's like the Shia LaBeouf, like, do it, body stance, too.
Yeah. So Strickland gets ordered to bring Venom down. We cut to Venom and Eddie. They're attached to the side of an airliner heading to New York.
The joke when I was watching the trailer, super clear. Watching this movie, I had to rewind the movie like 4 times to understand what Tom Hardy was saying.
Yeah.
How does Tom Cruise do this? That's a funny fucking joke. That's
is.
funny as shit. But I was like, what is he saying, man? What is he? Not clear at all.
No.
Which just made me laugh like, fuck, that sucks that this is kind of mealy-mouthed saying someone's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then Venom's like, because he's not a pussy.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah. So they get
See, those are 2 bros. Those are not 2 dudes in love.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love the idea though, that the meta of that, like, because Tom Cruise isn't a bitch.
A whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Because he's totally strapped to the side of a airplane panel in front of a green screen.
No. He did the real airplane thing. I mean, that's the whole Tom Cruise bit. Is that
but I'm saying Tom Hardy is totally,
yeah.
He's on set somewhere in front of a green screen, like taped to a plane.
Yeah, with fans going. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They know that they're not Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So then a xenophage tracks them down because he becomes Venom. And they have a fight.
So the movie can happen.
Yep. They have a fight on top of the airplane. They're able to push the xenophage into the jet engine, but they get knocked off the plane and have to parachute down.
This should have been on the international news.
Yes.
747 makes emergency landing, maybe?
Probably is gonna, yeah. It should.
I got the feeling it was
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are holes in the fuselage and that thing is pressurized.
It was on fire.
Yeah.
Like a Homelander moment.
Yeah.
Planes are fragile.
Oops.
Yeah, especially commercial planes. They're made of aluminum. They're not military grade.
Flight makes no sense. I don't trust it. How do they stay up?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Aluminum tubes, man. How do they work?
I don't believe anyone's explanation.
Yeah. So then we meet the Moon family. Hippie parents, annoyed kids. They're on their way to Area 51 to see aliens. The mom tells the kids the things that they've just lived through for the audience's benefit. Well, we cashed out our life savings and bought this van to drive to Area 51. What an odd
Dad's
thing.
having a midlife crisis.
Like, Mom, why do you say that every 15 minutes? In case we're in a movie.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm glad we all agreed to come to the self-help seminar. Then Eddie and Venom land. Venom explains to Eddie about the whole xenophage thing and how they like to eat symbiotes and they want to get the codex, and they can only see the codex when Eddie and Venom become one. They find a horse, which I had to watch several times. There's nothing near that horse other than that little Ramada thing and the saddle. Like, there's no people around. There's no other house. There was no vehicle.
Did it even have a saddle?
There was a saddle hung on a rail off to the side.
On a post, yeah.
But like, the horse wasn't tied up. There were no people anywhere or other structures anywhere around. What is this horse place?
And it makes
that horse didn't even have a name.
He's just been wandering. Yeah, and they don't really. You get the feeling that they're still in Mexico, in super rural Mexico, but they were on a plane.
Yeah, and it seems like they're somewhere in Nevada.
Yeah, that's what it is, because they end up being close to Vegas. But yeah, I'm with you, Thoreau. It's like, where's this horse? I guess they're still, in the Baja Desert, the Sonoran Desert, or whatever.
But even there, would people just leave a horse untied up to in the middle of nowhere and go like many miles away?
No,
yeah, that's got to be inside
that.
a gigantic 1,000-acre ranch for that to be realistic.
Yeah, I guess. But also, it would be in a corral, because you still don't want your horse on your 1,000-acre ranch wandering over to the rocky parts and breaking its leg.
Maybe the rider was nearby.
You just stay here, horse. I'm not going to tie you up. Don't go anywhere.
It's a really good horse.
Yeah. So Venom takes over the horse, and they run across the desert for a while to having a good time. We didn't talk about the soundtrack. Is this our first big needle drop?
The walking into Vegas?
No. The being the horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the song?
Having a good time.
Oh, no, we got tequila in the bar.
We got tequila in the bar. That's right.
Which was more didactic, whatever, in the scene.
Don't Stop Me Now. I'm sorry, it's not Having a Good Time. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Don't stop me.
Having a good time. Super da 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 da. Yeah. The middle, there's a whole bunch of needle drops right in the middle, and then not many at the beginning or end. So they find a river. Venom unhorses, and then Strickland shows up with a bunch of helicopters. Then Tom Hardy join, and the xenophage shows up, and he's in the river. We get the Venom fish and the Venom frog. Eddie ends up having to kill one of the soldiers in the river.
And again, for those who haven't seen it or what have you, this is where there's a lot of jumping of the symbiote to different animals and creatures. And I don't know. We heard some people thought it was cheesy, but it was so cool because the symbiote's trying to catch up to him.
Yeah.
And it's just like hopping, like jumping stones to get closer and closer to Eddie. So it was useful and I thought cool looking. I thought the Venom frog was kind of neat.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I liked it.
Now, if they drew any of that out, like if they made him possess one of the dogs and then there was a whole scene or two with a Venom dog, it would have been cheesy, but it was just enough to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely fun. It's weird. So Eddie kills Eddie, not Venom. Eddie kills one of the soldiers in the river. And Eddie is understandably like, wow, I never personally killed someone before. It's always been Venom. But then the general is like really, really pissed at him about it, like holds it against him. It's like, these are soldiers and they were going to kill, like, what did you think was going to happen?
Special forces soldiers.
To Juno Temple's characterization on the Dream Beach with the lightning. we could have had 45 seconds with Rex Strickland talking to his team without helmets on, and 30 seconds of Keeley talking to the other scientists, soon to be Venoms.
Yeah. Yes. Please
Same
establish
Dream Beach.
the memory dream beach.
Bird Church on the Dream Beach.
No, the best Dream Beach is still Contact.
Oh yeah.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a fabulous dream beach. Yes.
It really is.
Yeah. It's weird. There's been so many dream beaches.
Was it a dream or was it real though?
Yeah.
Well, there was all that. There was
Hours of static.
Hours of static. Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck, I love that movie so much. God damn it.
Speaking of
I'm gonna go watch
Zemeckis,
Contact.
I love it so much.
is that Zemeckis' best? No, Back to the Future. So they.
Was that like his most critically acclaimed movie at the time though? Because it got like Oscar nominations.
It got all kinds
Gump,
of awards, and it deserved.
Gump
Gump was his biggest.
Was critically acclaimed. I just remember when Tom Hanks got the Oscar for Gump, and he looked so confused when he went on stage. Like, why are you giving me this?
Well, because the very year before, he won for Philadelphia, which was an incredible performance. That was an Oscar worthy. And then he just did the you never go full.
Yeah.
He's like, I just did one of those pictures. It seemed like it would be cute. He was so confused.
Yeah, so confused.
How did the same people make this decision? I don't understand. Yeah, and it's gumped him for the rest of his life.
Yep. So all right, the Eddie and Venom escape from the soldiers and the xenophage, and that's when they find the Moon family. They're camping. They offer him a ride to Vegas on their way to Area 51. And in their
going to Dad's favorite area.
Yeah.
You got your areas, I got mine.
Then we get the extended space oddity sequence. And
I love this because at first I was like, oh my God, how much of this are they going to put us through? Because Rhys Ifan's delivery in the very beginning is that like weird, folky, dry, enunciated performance. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the family is chiming in and then Venom is singing. I was like, holy shit, this is like getting an emotional response from me because the interaction, this snuck up on me, and this is my favorite part of the whole movie, which I thought was cheesy as hell for the first 25 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's it became so fun, and it served no real purpose, but it was just fun.
They walked a tightrope uphill, like that. Yeah, it was weird. Like usually you start strong, you don't start weak with a musical thing in a movie. Yeah, credit to whoever arranged that shit with the kids' voices and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm sure you did too, but we grew up around that guy.
Oh yeah,
like no matter what, he had a guitar or a ukulele, and it always came out. And like me, he only knew a few songs. Like it was harmless, it was fun, but you're just reluctantly into it because you know the words.
yeah, exactly. You can't help yourself with that song. It's so damn
right. It's like Don't Stop Believing. We're all going to sing along to the worst version of that because
you start counting down at 10. By the time you're at 4, you're like, fuck, 3, 2, 1. Here we are singing together.
It's just what your dad does. This is your dad.
It's like, hey, Jude.
Yeah.
It just captures you in that moment.
You can't help but say, nah, nah, nah. You can't help it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, we knew that.
Exactly. So, yeah.
To the weirdest needle drop ever, in my mind.
Wild World?
That's a strange one.
It's a weird one.
To go into Vegas?
With Wild World. No, it was a choice. They made an artistic choice.
Yeah.
Which that was in the trailer even. I just don't know why that song.
Same.
Yeah, Wild World.
His world's no wilder than it was in the first Venom. There's more going on because Null's here, but it's like I don't know. It sounds like a first movie song.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
evoke Vegas to me at all, or endings at all.
It's the kind of song that's a warning before an adventure. Like, okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a You Came Home. That's a different song. Like, I told you so.
I still remember when I was 17 and I figured out Wild World all on my own without any book or anything. I was so proud of myself. It was 4 chords.
I remember figuring out Space Oddity
back then,
on
though?
my own. That I remember listening to it dozens of times, be like, "What is that one weird chord?"
Yeah, I remember when learning a new song was so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why has joy been robbed from my life? I still play.
Yeah. So he arrives in Vegas. Eddie and Venom try to get into a casino, but their dress code. So they steal a tuxedo and shoes off a dude that pisses on him.
Once Vegas became like an amusement park for families, casinos had to start doing that, like cracked out on it. Because it used to be that way back in the day, 50s and 60s. But then it's just like your Dunder Mifflin t-shirt and flip-flops and jorts.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to see it.
If this movie had pulled off like I said, the music, like walking uphill to make it end real strong. This is the strongest sequence in the movie. From the moment he walks up and the guy walks him back out the revolving door, to the dance sequence, strongest. This is the peak of the movie to me.
Absolutely, because after this we go straight into the third act.
Yeah.
This movie does continue the thing that drives me crazy about modern action films in general, which is, for the last, I guess, 17 years at this point almost. Is that there really is no second act. There's a extended first act with a lot of heavy lifting done plot wise. There's a short sequence, and then it's into the third act.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah. It's just a bummer because, man, any other third act, not any other, but like a different third act could have taken this chain of like 2 great scenes and ran with it.
It has
but instead we got the
super boring third act that takes place in an underground lab and then a barren desert with a bunch of army stuff.
Yeah, it just became a clusterfuck.
Yeah. He meets Mrs. Chen. She's a big winner. She's got the penthouse. They go up to the penthouse. Eddie and Venom share a dance. So you get the dancing queen sequence here, which weirdly halfway through becomes a super fast techno version of it.
I
liked it.
Me too.
Great choice. Great that it wasn't just the standard ABBA song too, because we've gotten that so many times in movies.
Yeah.
A variation was good.
Which it's not a very danceable song. I feel like all you can do is spin to it.
Yeah, which was perfect what they chose to do.
What they did, but
yeah. When did you guys practice this? Is my favorite.
That was one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
People were very upset about this scene too. There were a couple of things that, like, I remember reading fan comments being like, dude, because Venom is a child and loves Mrs. Chin, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would they do this when there's a thing hunting them? It's like, because they're dumb. It's not fucking Spider-Man. There's no responsibility here. It's just survival.
That's what he
Why not
wants
have a
to
good
do.
time? Yeah. Comic book fans complain too much, I say, as we complain about comic book movies in real time.
Yeah.
I don't think we can play in the same way. I don't know. The average internet fanboy is such an annoying creature. Give me a jock over those whiny.
Yeah. I love how much it's become clearer and clearer as time goes on how nerdy sports fans actually are with all their statistics and fan casting.
That's exactly right. That's the difference between a nerd and a geek. Yes. A nerd obsesses over things like that. And they're definitely sports nerds. They have fantasy leagues Tell me that's not role playing.
Oh yeah.
And if you're wearing a jersey, another dude's jersey, you're cosplaying.
Exactly.
For real.
I have a hockey jersey, but it's got my fucking name on the back. Seriously, it's just like you're cosplay. Yeah. Fucking sports nerds. There's all kinds of nerds.
I was just looking. There is an explainer song for this movie called Null and Void by Czarface with Frankie Pulitzer and Method Man.
You know who Frankie Pulitzer is? I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't. Who?
I think that might be Tom Hardy because he's been on a bunch of Czarface albums.
Oh.
Maybe. Yeah. Makes sense.
Let me double check. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Frankie. Let's see. Is Frankie Pulitzer?
Frankie Pulitzer is his name.
So that's a Tom. So that's his rap name.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Way better than the Jim Belushi band.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet.
Name-wise.
Timothy Chalamet was a YouTube rapper when he was a teenager. Timmy Tim was his rap.
No shit.
Timmy Tim.
It's so funny because him and Kendrick Lamar did the driving around in cars, talking to each other thing. It's fascinating.
Jude was just watching what was it? I'm not here. I'm not here. Right? Was that the Dylan movie?
That was a Dylan movie,
Yeah.
one by Todd Haynes.
Yeah.
Different people played Dylan.
Yeah, and I was watching. I was like, I think Kate Blanchett is a better Dylan than Timothy Chalamet.
I agree. I've said that.
That's the part that I remember from that. Yeah.
I'm not here or I'm not there.
I'm not there.
I'm not there because there's a movie this year called "I'm Still Here."
Well, it's the title of a Dylan song that never got released.
And then there was the man who wasn't there.
Well, the thing about Blanchett is, and the thing about A Complete Unknown, is so many people telling the Bob myth love to end it right before he gets interesting, which is that Kate Blanchett period they call the Thin Wild Mercury music period. Sure. But where it was wild and crazy, they end it like right there,
right, like just right past the
motorcycle,
the Don't Look Back era.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
she definitely was a better Bob Dylan than I've seen. Yeah,
absolutely. So anyway, yes, our explainer song for Venom is rapped by Tom Hardy, Czarface, and Method Man.
And I'm pretty sure Inspector Deck is the DJ for that.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that's like almost a third of the Wu-Tang Clan.
So I'm just, this is Frankie Pulitzer's verse. Take off the mask, slow news day. The drama queen shares hysteria. Pandemonia is outlined with fierce fires all around the border.
That man has never heard a rhyme in his life.
No.
What the hell was that?
There's none of this rhymes. He rhymes uploading with foreboding.
It's like he's rolling dice with words on him. What the fuck?
I mean, it's a middle-aged white British dude.
Yeah. I'm not against it. It probably works. Probably sounds cool because he's...
What's that Simpson joke? Like rhyming blank with blank? Genius. Oh fuck,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's all right. So anyways, they do the Dancing Queen, and then the Xenophage shows up, as does Strickland's team. They separate Venom from Eddie. And
the sequence of events is the Xenophage shows up. They show up. They shoot a sound cannon, and the Xenophage just disappears immediately. Jumps out the window that it just jumped in from.
It turns out that these can be defeated by loud noises.
Just like symbiotes.
Yeah.
But
that's their weakness.
It's such a funny blocking thing where it's like, well, we need the thing to find them, but we also need Strickland to find them. How do we do this? Like, let's just do it one after the other, and then we'll have the thing jump away. Like, what?
Well, doesn't the sonic cannon separate Eddie and Venom for a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny that it disappears, and it's like gone until it shows back up in the hallway. We're like,
yeah, it is funny what is it's doing. What is it doing?
Yeah. It's just like, it got caught up in the slot machines too. It's like, I got a couple of coins in my pocket. I might as well, try my hand.
Lady.
Yeah. What does and doesn't hurt it. Yeah. So
his pockets full of flyers with phone numbers on them and scantily clad ladies.
He's networking. He's like, I'm gonna have a life as soon as this thing shakes out.
Right? I like this place.
So they take Eddie back to Area 51 and
without
Venom,
his shoes.
Without his shoes.
They drag him away without his shoes. His line, my shoes.
Shoes. I love Tom Hardy's performance of
because
that, like,
earlier when he got the tux, he's like, we're definitely keeping these shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Started with that dog.
Yeah. Let's see. Eddie sees Mulligan down there. It's like, what's up with you, bro?
There's a real mulligan.
Hey.
I hate that he didn't go, dude, they have been looking for me around the world because they thought you were dead. How did you survive? Like, Eddie is such a normal character. I was expecting him to have a normal jail cell, like adjoining cell conversation.
Yeah, be like, tell them I didn't kill you.
Because that would have worked in a third act that's full of mess, you know? But instead we just get, Eddie, you must save us.
Yeah.
The stakes are high, Eddie. Save the world. You might have to die for this.
Indeed.
Ugh. So let's see. Sadie frees Venom. Venom rebonds with Eddie after Strickland shoots him. The xenophage comes to the base. Mulligan, it's like, I'll stop him, Eddie, go. And that's a solid 5 seconds of time he bought him.
3 movies to get eaten by a bug.
Yep.
People, again, to comic book fans being upset about this, people were upset that she could be Venom, that all these people could be symbiotes, whatever, because Venom was specially paired to Eddie. Remember, they had all these failed symbiotic joining things, to which I say to comic book fans, they're a hive mind collective across the multiverse, and they've been watching Eddie and Venom do this shit for a year now. Oh, did we comment on it's been a year? It's been a year?
Yeah.
That was the one thing where I would say, Josh, where I was like, oh, there's this like, oh my God, we've been dating for this long. Kind of like, wow, I've been just caught up in the like, that was the moment where I thought like, oh, look at them. They've just been having so much fun together that they didn't notice how much time had passed. That was the closest I thought to them being like, whoa, feelings for you. Not like necessarily sexual romantic, but it was like, I very much like, I got lost in all this time we've been spending together, was how I read that.
Yeah.
I read it more as, can you believe all the shit that has gone down in just a year? And then, of course, the moving through the multiverses.
Yeah.
Because 5 years didn't get lost for him, but it still did kind of. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Especially. Yeah. To have a year pass in a 5-year movie span, it's kind of like Breaking Bad, I guess.
Like he did all the Cletus Cassidy shit within this year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a hell of a year.
It's been a hell of a year.
To your point, Brian, about all of the internet comic book fans who are mad about the symbiotes thing, to them, I say, shut up, nerds.
Yeah, for real.
So let's see. Yes, they
read a comic book where that shit happens all the time.
Well, none of them even know that these were based on comic books anymore.
Yeah, read some comic books where everything is constantly happening all the time in every single possible different way. They're a hot mess, and
and we love them for it.
Yeah, that I'm kind of happy the MCU is becoming a hot mess too, because that's just true to its source.
Yep.
We'll talk about movies that have come out recently, but comic book movies, especially the MCU movies, feel like they have become comic books in the sense that they are selling ad space almost. Like you used to, the back page would have by Sea Monkeys and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You open a movie with a Tide ad and a car placement.
Yeah.
And like which cell phone is connected to this project. It's interesting.
I
They've
think
always
that's
been
just
that.
mass media. Yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah.
But they're less subtle and clever with it now. It's just very much like, no, that's the business of comic book movies.
They'll be like, I can't believe this car's handling. Anyways, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, cereals created shows and toys. Like it's just,
Soap operas are named that because soap companies.
yeah, because the ladies were home.
So, anyways, they free the other symbiotes as there's a big fight. Sadie and the other, they bond to different different science people. I say doctor. What are you a doctor of? What exactly are you a doctor of? British lady doing a bad American accent.
I think the first guy that turned into a symbiote was like a desk security guard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was like, Doug. Oh no.
It's me. Oh.
Also, if you were killed and the symbiote brings you back to life, a codex is created, right?
Yes.
We see Doug get run through by the xenophage, just like spinal column, heart, lungs.
Yeah.
He's dead to rights. Was it just a little too early for it to create a
He wasn't
codex?
100% dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Later on, Null refers to Venom as their champion. So there could have been a, Thor hammer type situation.
That's interesting.
Maybe
it's only
that's how
one
they
codex
built
at a
the
time,
codex.
too. Like you don't get multiple codexes throughout the universe.
But to be
So
fair,
there'd be
later on,
keys everywhere.
later on, Noel promises to be back, and we know Noel will not be back.
Null has a giant ring of codexes, and he's just having to try each one like a janitor.
No, he'll be back in like
You better be back.
Garga Scorpion movie or something.
No, the Sony said they're going to stop doing the Sony verse movies.
But what about that post-credit scene with Dr. Michael Morbius and
and
the Vulture
and Michael Batman?
I thought this had something to do with Spider-Man, maybe.
I hope Null comes back.
Is Noel creating a Rolodex of codexes?
it's my Rolocodex.
It's my Rolodex. Now that has to do with your colon.
So, anyways, there's fighting, big CGI fighting and blowing up stuff. And then they're outside and Null sends a bunch more xenophages through the portals to Earth.
It's all poorly lit. You can't quite see.
It's poorly lit.
And the way you should.
Yeah, it's poorly
People
lit.
are shooting rockets at things and shooting the wrong people with rockets.
It's filmed like a 2005 Daredevil movie.
Yes. It feels like a Transformers movie, like the fourth or fifth Transformers movie, where it's just like visual noise is happening. It's hard to follow what I'm supposed to look at.
So much, yeah.
Yes, so much, and everything in his blank desert and military camo. So.
One of my favorite parts of this, right before the creatures all burst out of the wall, you get Rhys Ifans in a guard tower looking in the window going, "What is this place?" Like, it's a fucking guard tower, dude.
Yeah.
So aliens built this. Oh, no human can make a tower like this.
Jeremy said, "Oh, they haven't had those in Europe since the 40s." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
So the very concept has been lost. No one told the Welsh there were towers.
No one told the Welsh that people make things tall.
The Welsh missed all of World War II. Like,
we were already underground.
like we thought we heard something coming down from the south, but I don't know.
But we didn't have a tower, so what are you going to do?
Yeah,
they're literally the hobbits.
I mean, Wales is kind of
literally. Yeah.
So yeah. Then Eddie. Okay. So Venom knows what he must do to destroy the xenophages, so he merges with them, takes him to the acid tank. He puts a door on top of Eddie, apparently an acid-proof door.
But this happens
for
after
the blast
Eddie.
later. I think.
Eddie tells Strickland, this is super important for defeating the end villain. I'm going to take a motorcycle and go in a circle. Okay? And the guy goes, okay.
Yeah.
Our hero, his big plan is, give me a motorcycle, I'll go in a circle. That drove me nuts. Like, dude, come on.
Hasn't he ridden one in every movie? Yeah.
That's true. He did ride a motorcycle.
In fact, that horse moment was sort of a tie back to that when he does the leap on that hill in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Pulled back onto the bike.
Flies off of the bike. Yeah.
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 But I mean, the whole end battle, beginning to end, was so boring. It was.
It felt like he's like, watch me do a flip.
See how fast I can run.
Like, yeah,
look at me. I got new shoes.
Look at my shoes.
I got new shoes. I'm so fast.
It's just a little kid running back and forth.
Yeah, and General Strickland, okay, Eddie, you're doing great.
Yeah. So General Strickland blows himself up in order to make the acid blow up too. They're all destroyed. Teddy.
Because not only is it a retinal scan, but you have to stand there. That doesn't seem safe.
No.
It's like you have to keep your face in those goggles while the acid is being poured.
Like, why isn't this done from a very far distance?
Up in that booth thing, you know?
The goggles do nothing. Yeah, up in the tower.
They're like, we just don't have the technology to be far away from the acid.
You expect us to trigger it from a distance? Get your face in there, bro.
That's some kind of science fiction you're talking about.
Why is it only set to my face?
So Teddy bonds with the symbiote to save Sadie from the explosion. Eddie's underneath the door. The base, their big blow-up base burn. He wakes up in a hospital where a military official tells him that he's been expunged as long as he doesn't tell anybody what happened at the secret alien base.
Area 51.
If he doesn't tell anyone about anything that's happened in the past year, from San Francisco on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Eddie goes to New York to the Statue of Liberty to remember
blackmail a judge.
No, he doesn't have to now. He's been expunged.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
He just goes
save that in his back pocket.
He just goes to look at the statue and think about Venom.
Because Venom really wanted to
see the Statue of Liberty.
Did it for his buddy.
Yeah. In a mid-credit sequence, Null says the universe is no longer safe from him now that Venom's dead. And then nothing happens.
What does that mean, though? Because he was the way you get out. What do you mean the universe is no longer safe?
He's like, listen, I have to tease Kraven the Hunter too.
For real. Like, what? They threw away the key to my cell. You've never been in greater danger.
It's maybe he's teeing up the El Muerto movie.
Oh, that's right. Bad Bunny. Yeah.
That's not happening. That is no longer happening.
I wish that one would happen.
Yeah.
That's the one I was most excited for because that was arguably going to be the worst one.
Oh, yeah. That was going to be Madam Web levels.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. Madam Web is on a perfect level for a bad comic book movie.
It really is. It's a standard bearer.
Yeah.
It's the slop we want.
Yes. Not the slop we deserve. So then post credits, the bartender gets out of Area 51 and just starts walking off. He's now an undocumented bartender.
Multiversal.
He was employed and he has family in whatever coastal city he lives in. Yeah. And now he is trapped in
Nevada, yeah.
A long walk home.
Yeah. We see a cockroach come out. It's all black. It's next to the broken vial that had the Venom sample.
Uh-oh.
Which is such a bummer.
Surviving.
that vial from the very beginning of the movie literally only pays off in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Like Strickland should have had it in his pocket or something.
I would have liked. I would have thought another multiversal kind of like tie would have been cool.
Yeah. I mean, there was that little bit of Venom left in 616 in.
Yep.
That's true.
No Way Home
true.
Also, but like,
Yeah.
So now we have two separate pieces of Venom split across the multiverse.
Yeah.
And it only takes a drop, right, for the symbiotes to reconstitute themselves. It takes a while, but
A little dab will do you.
yeah. He'll just eat some chickens and be right as rain.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Venom, The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
It was the dance finale.
The grand ballet continues.
Indeed. There was a lot about it I liked, and then there was a lot that was meh. But I don't know. Do we have any unanswered questions?
No. I wish they had given us more unanswered questions, honestly.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. I just wanted more from the other Venom, of the other symbiotes. Like characterization for them instead of cool color and weapon choice and then death.
Yeah.
And finding an excuse to have him not be Venom was a bummer. If he's fully Venom, then he'll lose. And it's like, I want to see Venom, goddammit.
Right, but they also don't want to have to CGI over Tom Hardy's face for the entire movie.
And to give us like a minute of, I can do this, I can also do this, I can do this, but I can't fully constitute myself, Eddie. Like, oh, thanks for telling us the rules. Damn.
The rules. Well.
Yeah.
Which, to the questions point, like they laid out the rules so clearly that it was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's going to do this 2 or 3 times and then in fight.
Yep, exactly.
There was no surprise. Like, oh shit, that was a really smart way to use your venomness to draw the thing in or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, all right. Are we ready to rank it?
Yep.
Do we rank or thumb first?
Oh, let's thumb first, I guess. Let's thumb. We're doing 2 things now. It feels weird not to thumb. Josh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up. It was a good enough capper to a trilogy.
Yeah.
Could have been better, but I didn't hate it.
I give it a thumbs up. I felt feelings, made me laugh.
Yeah. Al.
It was fun. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I'm also giving it a thumbs up. It was a perfectly fun little movie that, it was a solid 7.5. Maybe 7.
Yeah, I give it a 7. More than a...
Yeah, maybe 6.75. I don't know. But it wasn't bad. The good parts were really good. The bad parts were just boring. So, all right, ranking it. Let's see. So we have the first Venom at number 95, right below Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Oh my God.
That feels low. Below Shazam: Fury of the Gods? That doesn't seem right.
Honestly, I think this was the most fun I had in a Venom movie.
Oh, we have Let There Be Carnage higher. Let There Be Carnage is at 79.
Weird.
This was definitely better than Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, definitely. What's a fun movie above Let There Be Carnage? Something that we really enjoyed.
Let's see. Mystery Men, Blade 2, the Wolverine, Quantum Mania, Superman 2.
Kind of reminds me of Shazam in the sense that it was like a superhero movie with a couple of jokes and a couple of lighthearted, heartfelt moments,
Yeah. So I definitely don't want to put it above Superman 2. That's kind of a hard stop for me.
That's fair.
That feels like at that point we're getting into movies that are like, like just good movies.
What number superhero movie is this consecutively? What would this be? This is our 100 and movie.
Let's see. This is
how many movies have we ranked?
This is our 75th superhero movie. Yeah. Why is that? I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, our 174th. 174th. I have a number issue there. Yeah.
So 60 is the top third. That 66 right there is that top third. Is this a top third superhero movie? Or is this a middling third superhero movie? I guess would be my question.
I feel it's a middle. It's very much a middle for me personally. But it's still better than Let There Be Carnage.
For sure.
Or Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Chronicle.
Ugh.
I actually feel like that's kind of a good place because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Super, Mystery Men, Blade 2, those are all very...
They had something
that
made them interesting. Yeah.
Why do I forget what Super was?
Super was the James Gunn, Ryan Wilson, early James Gunn movie.
It's Dwight with a wrench.
Yeah.
Beating
yes,
half to death.
Okay.
What if we just put it in between Super and Mystery Men? It would be 74.
I kind of like below Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, honestly.
Oh, yeah. They're right above Chronicle at 70.
Yeah, I could go there.
Josh is like, let's just end. I don't care.
That's not my attitude.
What do you think, Josh?
Fine.
I think maybe it is your attitude.
No, I don't hate it, and I wouldn't say I don't care, but I'm not as opinionated. You can say that.
Venom: The Last Dance going at number 76, and that is it for that. Next time on Harmless Phosphorescence, we will be watching Kraven the Hunter.
Oy.
Yeah, Kraven the Hunter. So, look forward to that one, everybody. That's the end of our 2024 run. Kraven the Hunter. Next time on Harmless Phosphorescence. So, until then, thanks for hanging out, everybody. This has been one of your hosts, Thoreau Smiley. And I am so done with this multiverse shit.
I'm not. I'm Josh Cece, and thanks. I stole it off a guy who pissed on me.
I'm Brian Lesh, and I swear the symbiote has a gambling problem, not me, and we're getting help soon.
And I am Alaric Weber, God of the Void, Slicer of Worlds, and sometimes sandwiches.
An artist.
More sandwiches than worlds.
That's right. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.